Those kind of symbiotic relationships are natural here at this campus because it's very, like, the music program doesn't do Sonic Potluck, our big concert we do every semester. It's presented by Music Industry Performance, Recording Arts, and Journalism in conjunction with, because at intermission we'll show digital animation work, we'll show film and video work. So the college is really big on that. This campus is very unique for that because it's very easy for us to put off some kind of event or a fundraiser or something like that where we have 4 or 5 programs completely engrossed in it, which is very cool.
Digital animation is about doing it again. DA, do it again. It's largely about refining skills that people may have in terms of analog skills like drawing and painting and those kinds of art skills, and turning them into something that's more of a professional practice than a form of self-expression. What it's about really is about making cartoons. It's about creating entertainment products. That's what it's about. We do a lot of drawing, and we do a lot of color sort of theory and color work, and we do an awful lot of analog work, and then it basically ratchets up into using various softwares for 2-dimensional animation and 3-dimensional animation. The suites that we use are the Autodesk suites, which includes 3 principal 3D animation softwares: Softimage, Maya, and then we also have the Adobe suite, which is all of the stuff that's related to processing static images. It's about image processing, basically. A filmmaker can go and find a location, and they set up all their gear, and they do that, and then they go through a post-process, and that's all complicated enough. But with digital animation, you actually have to make everything, including the environment, the atmosphere, the characters, the da-da-da-da-da. It's an incredibly complex process, and there is no knowing everything. It's always about problem solving.
Well, first of all, I think it's very important for potential students to realize that there's absolutely no expectation before you sign up that you know anything at all about film and video start. You would obviously have an interest in this program to apply, but there's no expectation that you have previous experience on it. We start from the very, very bottom and go right to the top. And you'll learn basic photography, you learn how to use cameras, you learn high-end audio editing equipment, and have all different kinds of training cameras available. You learn about lighting, you learn about how to decorate a set, you learn how to write a script perhaps, you learn how to make a movie. You're going to have to learn how to make a documentary, and then at the end of the 2-year program you have to personally make what they call a final film, or what we call a final film. And that will be sort of a combination of everything you learned here at the end of the 2 years. The most important thing about this course is that filmmaking is one of the occupations you can get involved in. That teamwork is absolutely paramount. I can't really think of too many other professions where teamwork is so important. It has to run that way or nothing will get done. I've just seen the camaraderie that evolved between some of the students. It's just amazing.
Our goal with the journalism program is to prepare journalism students for the 21st century workplace. The industry has changed a lot. The single platform, I'm just going to be a print reporter kind of job, it's still out there, but it's not as common. So we teach the students not only how to write a story for print, but we also do online journalism and broadcast journalism. And I always tell my students that they have to master at least one discipline, but be competent in the other disciplines as well, because it's really a multimedia world now. And so that's what we try to train people to be competent reporters in different platforms. You have to have a sense of curiosity. You have to be curious about the world. You have to want to learn about the world, because really journalists are professional learners, and they communicate what they've learned about the world to other people on a daily basis. So you need that curiosity. You need a bit of tenacity and to be able to track down information and do it on deadline. One other thing, in recent years we've had some really neat opportunities to go on field trips with the students. Last year the entire group covered the Juno Awards when they're held in St. John's. They blogged throughout the Juno Awards week. They actually helped with the actual production of the Juno Awards show. And also for 2 consecutive years we've sent students down to New Orleans to cover a project being conducted by engineering technician students from our Ridge Road campus. And so whenever those kind of opportunities come around, we try to take advantage of them.
The main objective of the program being for them to raise their musical skills to a point where they can get noticed in the industry, but also to have the business skills and the technical skills, the technology skills, so that they can keep as much money in their own pocket as they can. The program is about 1/3 music courses and 1/3 technology and standard college courses like communications courses and stuff like that, and 1/3 business courses. And I think the thing that sets the program apart a little from others is that we have that heavy component in business, because we view the musicians as truly as entrepreneurs. They sing for their supper. If they work, they make money. So there's a big focus on that, and we try to tie the business aspect into everything that they do. There's a big focus on live performance and songwriting and music theory and music history and stuff like that. Of course, they do courses in traditional music and courses in pop music and instruments and those kind of courses. The business courses are more like human relations and public relations and special events management and marketing and all that kind of stuff. There are students that come in and think they're going to play their guitar and then write songs and get a diploma. And that's certainly not the case, and we stress that right out of the gate. All the students coming into the music industry and performance program have to do an audition to get in, and a jury to get out, to graduate. So they do understand that there's a high standard upon entry. They have to qualify to get in. But a lot of them do arrive thinking that they're going to be in the studio with headphones on and they're going to be writing songs and doing all that kind of stuff, and that's all they're going to do. And sometimes they kind of buck a little bit at the business courses and the standard college courses and those kind of things, but they very quickly get in the groove.
I would say that, you know, what we try to do here is give them a broad spectrum in all aspects of audio production, and basically it will allow them at the end of the program to work at a starting position. So basically, with that being said, we cover music, both studio and live. We cover sound for theater. We cover sound for video, animation, film, even some stuff with the video game industry, sound design. So at the end of it all, they're pretty well versed in all aspects. After that, of course, you know, you can sort of venture into a particular field and sort of you know, build your way up from there, but definitely capable of starting out in any field, any path in audio production. Well, I guess the biggest thing about recording arts is that if it was only theory-based, nobody had ever learned anything. So it's very, very important in this in particular, much the same as it would be in heavy equipment. You know, you can't learn to drive a bulldozer by reading it in a book type thing. So I try to do as much hands-on here as possible. Every semester, there's not only a lot of courses with lab time in them, but we have all sorts of events like coffee house or tribute nights every semester, plus the end of the semester, the Sonic Potluck. And then other stuff comes up as well on top of that, and the college is asked to provide tech for it, which is not something that would happen if we were in St. John's. The past couple of years we've been involved with Juno. We were involved with ECMA when it was in Corner Brook. Completely ran the discovery stage. So the students, not only are they getting hands-on experience, but on top of that, they're actually getting real work experience that they can put on a resume. There's not a whole lot of people that can say that they worked a Juno event for Metric or Alexis on Fire. But I have students that, you know, are only just started their second year of the program and they've already got that on their resume.
I went into visual arts from a 16-year career in automotive as a manager, and then to come down here back home to Newfoundland. Try to experience my first passion, which was art. Formal setting was, I'm a struggling artist who is colorblind, and I got to learn about color theory and a lot of stuff like that. I've always been attracted to drawing and charcoal and stuff like that, and I finally got to learn how to paint, and that was a big thing for me. Another thing that the course really offered was the art history course, which I enjoyed thoroughly. It was an in-depth study into art throughout the ages, and it gave me a new appreciation for where art comes from, really. I just think that it's something maybe not as many people are aware of that's out there, to be honest. Visual arts, I mean, the classes are usually small, which tells me that there isn't as many people that are aware that it's there. And I just like to, people to know that it is there, and you'd really enjoy it. And from visual arts, you can go into any other field that's art related. I mean, I'd be comfortable going into a gaming program or an animation or really a fine arts course right out of this course. I like the idea that it's with other, media art type courses. I got to go to school where there was a lot of musicians and a lot of animation people and all this stuff, a lot of creative energy. So it's a really good location that way. I met a lot of good friends, and their lust for life was infectious, so it really made it a lot more enjoyable, for sure.